Welcome everyone, my name is Joanna. I am a relationship coach, and on my coaching sessions I take couples and individuals through the process of understanding and transforming their insecure attachment style so they can end repetitive patterns which are causing challenges in their relationships. Today I would like to talk about self-soothing as a main and very important part of our life in the relationship, because once we are able to self-soothe, we do not rely so much on our partner to do this for us. In relationships, we are using our already established coping mechanisms, and sometimes these coping mechanisms, or very often, trigger our partner, or they're causing challenges in the dynamic in the relationship. For example, someone who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style is able to self-soothe, but unfortunately is not the coping mechanism, the method this person is using is not the best method and doesn't bring connection and actual soothing to that partner, but may trigger partner with more anxious or fearful avoidant attachment style. When I work with clients, especially with couples, I usually send them a list of golden rules. And one of the golden rules on this list is never communicate from the triggered space. The space from where you feel agitated, angry, emotional, dysregulated, upset, irritated because your partner did or didn't do something. This is not a time to have a conversation, because probably your emotional state will trigger your partner, and then will be basically harder to de-escalate the conflict and go through this conflict resolution. So when we are able to practice the self-soothing and self-regulation, then we have more effective communications with our partner and whoever we are with, right? So today I would like to suggest self-regulation, self-soothing on a cognitive level. One of the most common triggers is when we are not feeling supported by our partner. Very often it shows up before holidays, before a trip, on holidays, in this before big events where we need to do extra things and we need to think about so many things which they have to happen before the deadline, that we need much more support than in a regular daily life. So very often one of the partner feels really triggered from the lack of support. And if we don't have this habit of self-regulation and checking in and having this tools which are helping us to effectively communicate with our partner and ask for support, probably at some point we'll break and we will explode. We will express our anger, our frustration, our resentment for lack of support. So first, recognize that you are triggered, that you are about to complain, shame maybe, or criticize your partner with you never, you should, you always. And once you recognize that frustration, that anger, it's time to pause and check with yourself what's going on. Once you know that you're in a triggered state, you recognize all the emotions, you recognize what you would like to say to your partner, you're asking yourself, what do I make it mean? What does this mean to me or mean about me? It may come up, I am alone, I'm unappreciated, I am unsupported, I don't matter, I'm not important. You will have emotional reaction to that meaning, not to what actually is happening, but how your mind interprets that situation. So this is the point where we need to learn to question that meanings, that interpretations, that, as I called, explanation for what is happening to us, and what the situation is about. And once we are able to question that, regulate ourselves with that a little bit shift that meaning, then we have access to what we need in this situation. And this is the point where we are clear what we need, and then with a proper communication, we just express the need. Communicating from the need level is easier. It brings connection, it's clear, it's calm when in comparison to communicating from the triggered space coming from I don't matter, I'm not important, I'm supported, I'm alone. It's much harder and brings much more emotions to the conversation. And for sure, our tone, our emotional state, plus all the criticism and the expression of our pain will trigger our partner. That's why always the goal is to be able to communicate from the need level. Why? Because around needs we can strategize, we can compromise, we can negotiate, we can create methods together how to meet our needs and partners' needs. And basically it's bringing a lot of peace, and it's very effective. That's why I recommend going through this process and being able to question these meanings we assign to our situation, and then tap into the need and only talk and express the need and try to strategize and negotiate about the needs. This is the process I go through with couples or with people on one-on-one sessions. So this is a new coping mechanisms we introduce to our relationships, which brings a lot of peace and harmony. Self-soothing, self-regulation should be our daily habit, and if you are working on that and looking for support and tools, I recommend my journal, where you can journal your thoughts. You can there are questions you can ask yourself daily to better connect with yourself, to better understand yourself, to better regulate yourself emotionally. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.